A Day in Candyland. Once upon a time, in a land filled with sweet surprises and colorful confections, there was a place called Candyland. It was a world made entirely of candy, from the candy cane trees that lined the streets to the gumdrop houses that dotted the landscape. In Candyland, every day was a day of adventure and sweetness. Our story begins with a young girl named Mia, who had a heart as sweet as the candy that surrounded her. Mia lived in a candy cottage with her family, and every morning, she woke up to the delicious aroma of candy breakfasts. One sunny morning, Mia decided to embark on a grand adventure. She put on her candy-striped dress and her gumdrop shoes, and with a lollipop in hand, she skipped out of her candy cottage. Mia's goal for the day was to explore all the wonders of Candyland. Her first stop was the Chocolate River, a winding, chocolatey waterway that flowed through the heart of Candyland. Mia dipped her finger into the river and tasted the rich, velvety chocolate. It was the most delectable river she had ever encountered. Next, Mia visited the licorice lagoon, where licorice vines grew as tall as trees. She plucked a piece of licorice and found that it was the perfect mix of sweet and chewy. She even made a licorice jump rope and hopped over it with giggles of delight. As she wandered further into Candyland, Mia discovered the marshmallow meadows. The ground was soft and bouncy, like a giant trampoline made of marshmallows. Mia leaped and bounced, feeling as light as a marshmallow cloud. Her adventure led her to the Peppermint Palace, a grand castle made of peppermint swirls. Mia twirled through the palace gardens, plucking peppermint petals and blowing them into the air, creating a fragrant and colorful breeze. In Candyland, the inhabitants were just as sweet as the surroundings. Mia made friends with gummy bears, shared stories with jelly bean birds, and even danced with sugar fairies. As the day wore on, Mia's journey took her to the cotton candy clouds. She climbed the fluffy, pink clouds and watched the sunset, which painted the sky with shades of orange, pink, and purple. It was a breathtaking sight. Finally, as the stars twinkled in the candy sky, Mia returned home to her candy cottage. She climbed into her candy-striped bed, her heart full of gratitude for the wonderful day she had experienced. As she closed her eyes, Mia realized that Candyland was not just a place of sweets, but a place of endless wonder and joy. It was a reminder that even in a world of candy and treats, the sweetest moments were the ones shared with friends, the thrill of adventure, and the beauty of nature. And so, in Candyland, every day was a day to savor the sweetness of life and appreciate the wonders that surrounded them. Mia drifted off to sleep, knowing that tomorrow would bring new adventures and new surprises in this enchanting land of candy. The Fairy Godmother's Workshop. In a charming little village nestled among rolling hills and lush green meadows, there lived a kind-hearted fairy named Felicity. Felicity was not your typical fairy. She didn't have wings, as most fairies did, but she possessed a magical gift that was just as extraordinary. She could grant wishes. Felicity's tiny cottage sat at the edge of the village, hidden away beneath a canopy of blooming wildflowers. Inside her cottage, something magical was always afoot. It was known far and wide as the Fairy Godmother's Workshop. One bright and sunny morning, a young girl named Lily found herself at the doorstep of Felicity's cottage. Lily had a special wish in her heart, one that she had carried for as long as she could remember. She wished to be able to play the piano like a true maestro. With hope shining in her eyes, Lily knocked softly on the cottage door. Felicity, with her warm smile and twinkling eyes, welcomed Lily inside. The air was filled with the scent of lavender and the soft hum of enchantment. "I've heard you can grant wishes," Lily said, her voice filled with anticipation. Felicity nodded. "Indeed, I can, my dear. But remember, wishes are precious, and they require a bit of magic and effort. Tell me, Lily, why do you wish to play the piano?" Lily's face lit up as she spoke of her love for music and her dream of playing beautiful melodies. Felicity listened attentively, her heart touched by Lily's passion. "All right, dear Lily," Felicity said. "To grant your wish, you must first learn the language of music. Here's a piano, and I'll be your teacher." For days and weeks, Felicity and Lily worked together in the cozy cottage. Felicity taught Lily the magic of music, the notes, the rhythm, and the emotions that flowed through each piece. Lily practiced diligently, her tiny fingers dancing on the piano keys. As the months passed, Lily's skills grew, and the melodies she played filled the cottage with enchanting music. One day, she played a piece so beautiful that it brought tears to Felicity's eyes. "You've done it, dear Lily," Felicity exclaimed. "Your wish has been granted through your hard work and dedication." Lily beamed with joy, her heart filled with gratitude for the fairy's guidance. She knew that it was not only the wish that had brought her happiness, but also the journey of learning and growing. With newfound confidence, Lily shared her music with the village. Her piano echoed through the hills, bringing joy to everyone who heard it. Lily's melodies seemed to carry a touch of magic, just like the fairy godmother's workshop. Over time, other villagers began to visit Felicity's cottage with their own wishes. Some wished to become skilled artists, while others dreamed of becoming great bakers or skilled gardeners. Felicity guided each of them, showing them that wishes could come true with dedication and effort. And so, in the charming village nestled among rolling hills and lush green meadows, Felicity's cottage remained a place of dreams and wishes. It was a reminder that while magic could make wishes come true, the real magic was the determination, effort, and love that people put into their dreams. The fairy godmother's workshop continued to inspire the villagers, teaching them that with the right guidance and a bit of magic, they could achieve their heart's desires. It was a place where dreams were nurtured and wishes were granted through the enchantment of hard work and perseverance. The curious case of Benny Bunny. Once upon a time, in a cozy little burrow nestled deep in the heart of the forest, lived a curious young bunny named Benny. Benny had the most curious mind of all the bunnies in the burrow. While his bunny friends were content with nibbling on fresh clover and basking in the warm sunshine, Benny's head was always filled with questions. One bright morning, as Benny hopped through the dew-kissed meadow, he spotted something peculiar. It was a shiny, golden key half buried in the soft earth beneath a towering oak tree. Benny's ears perked up, and his nose twitched with excitement. What could this key possibly unlock? With the golden key clutched in his tiny paw, Benny set off on an adventure. He hopped and hopped until he reached the edge of the forest, where a massive, mysterious door stood tall and imposing. It was unlike anything Benny had ever seen in the forest. The keyhole on the door seemed to be a perfect fit for Benny's golden key. With a deep breath, Benny turned the key, and the door creaked open. What lay beyond was a world of wonder and enchantment, a place he had never imagined in his wildest dreams. The forest on the other side was bathed in a soft, silvery light. Trees stretched impossibly high, and flowers that glowed with radiant colors carpeted the ground. Benny's heart raced with excitement as he ventured deeper into this magical forest. Soon, he encountered a friendly squirrel named Sammy, who had wings like a butterfly. Sammy explained that this was the enchanted forest, a place where dreams came true, and imagination knew no bounds. Benny felt like he had stepped into a storybook. As Benny and Sammy explored the enchanted forest together, they encountered talking animals, rivers that sparkled like diamonds, and trees that whispered secrets of the universe. Benny's curiosity knew no bounds as he listened to tales of far-off lands and embarked on daring adventures. One day, Benny and Sammy stumbled upon a glimmering pond. Benny saw his reflection in the clear water and noticed something extraordinary. He had grown wings, just like Sammy's. He was no longer an ordinary bunny, but a part of this enchanting world. Benny's days in the enchanted forest were filled with joy and wonder. He learned that the key he had found was the key to imagination, and it had unlocked a world of endless possibilities. With his newfound wings, he soared through the skies, visited far-off lands, and befriended creatures from all corners of the forest. But as time passed, Benny began to miss his old burrow and his bunny friends. He realized that while the enchanted forest was a magical place, there was no place like home. With a heavy heart, Benny said his farewells to Sammy and the other enchanted creatures. He returned to his burrow, where his bunny friends were waiting with warm welcomes and stories of their own. Benny may have left the enchanted forest, but he carried the magic of imagination with him always. He knew that sometimes, the most enchanting adventures could be found right in your own backyard, and the most magical journeys were the ones that began with curiosity and a golden key. And so, the curious case of Benny Bunny became a beloved tale in the forest, a story that inspired all the young bunnies to dream big and explore the world with open hearts and curious minds.